In this week's episode of Triple T,
having to hydrate more after seeing all these dick pics. Sweating.
I'm a little hard.
Yeah. The retro stuff's coming back. I don't know if y'all still have your old iPods.
I do.
But they resell for quite a bit right now.
Yeah.
Now to transport myself into the Wild West.
Gonna sleep.
Red Dead Redemption will change you.
Talked about cowboy hats, Red Dead, and NASCAR. We just got a whole new audience.
Welcome to the Triple T Podcast. We dropping knowledge like it's hot, bringing you the real talk. From the streets to the block, jazzy beats, rhyme so tight, we'll make your head nod. Triple T crew taking over the game, y'all better applaud. Step into the cypher, feel the vibe. We got the style, representing hip hop, going the extra mile. From East Coast to West, we break it down the walls. Triple T Podcast, we here to answer the call.
Did you guys all remember? We got our lines remembered from rehearsal?
All set.
Yeah, for sure. I've got the script.
Okay. And we're going to sing our intro song, right?
Yep.
Ooh. The new one?
This is the Triple T, and it's really fun. And then we're gonna hold hands in the sun. We come from all over this dang country. It's just Beard, Laws, Gute, and me. Da-na-na-na.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm a little hard.
Yeah.
And disclaimer, if you're watching this and we potentially rebranded and you're a couple of months behind, well, it used to be Triple T, but if you're still listening to this, we might change the name of this show. We have some new hosts, we have some new concepts that we're brainstorming and some ideas, so it might be something different. But it could just be Triple T. We don't really know what we're doing, but either way, the voice you're listening to, it's me, it's Matt. We have Gute, and the beautiful voice you were hearing singing was Burley. What's up, fellas?
Oh, hell yeah.
The angelic voice.
Yeah.
So
it's brought on many orgasms and boners over the years. So
add one more to that list.
That.
Yep, for sure. Just time, we're creaming jeans. The Cream Jeans podcast. Called it. This might be that's in the running now.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Add to the list.
Creamjeans.com.
Yeah. That's gotta exist.
Gotta be a thing already. Gotta be. But yeah, so I mean, if you are one of those people super excited, have the the boner, make sure you send it to You've Been Whacking Off at you'vebeenwhackinoff.com. He filters all the boner pictures that people send into the show, what makes the cut, what doesn't. You can find them on you'vebeenwhackinoff.com.
Which ones are cut and which ones aren't. Yeah.
He loves that shit.
Is he getting a lot?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about it, but he gets really red in the face. And I'm not even sure. I can tell you right now, You've Been Whacking Off at You've Been Whacking Off isn't an email, but there is admin at You've Been Whacking Off. You've been at you'vebeenwhackinoff.com. And if you guys want one, we'll get you one as well. We can make as many emails because I know the guy that created the site.
I need to remember to send that picture.
I was thinking about it yesterday morning. I was like, should I? I'm like, I don't know. I gotta create a fake email address and all that fun stuff. I don't want to know it's me.
No. I want him to know. I want him to know.
In that case, fuck it.
This thumb with a slit at the top is.
So based off our last Body Wrong episode, I think all three of us saved his life. He's been drinking water. I mean, it makes me happy.
Makes me so happy. I've never saved a life before, but
he's having to hydrate more after seeing all these dick pics. He's fucking sweating.
Although from the way that he says it, I believe he does kind of sweat a lot, potentially going upstairs when the elevator is broken, which I'm not saying I don't, but he does bring it up.
His job, not saying what his job is, but he's got to be on his feet a lot.
A lot. I would imagine, or maybe not. Maybe he's he's a lot behind the scenes, I think. So maybe he's in the chair all day, just kind of dealing with the bullshit.
Ah, man,
I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
I don't envy his job at all, but I can't deal with people. I was talking to shout out Sarah from In a Pickle.
Hey, shout out Sarah.
She does retail, and I'm just like, there's no fucking way.
No,
I couldn't do it, dude.
I lived that life for a little bit early on. I started potentially my first job, really 14 years old, working at a greenhouse, just kind of being the bitch around there. And I was like, so struggled through that for a little bit. And then I was like, I'm going to work at a drugstore, work the counter, do photo, all of that stuff. And fuck, man, like you said, retail.
I've heard stories of photo developers.
Oh, yes. 1 hour photo.
Oh, you've done it?
No, it's the movie. I just picture the movie.
No.
Oh,
No,
I have worked photo.
Okay. Well, let's hear some stories, sir. I've heard some stories. You seen some
So-
good things? You've seen some bad things.
I've seen some weird things, and you could always tell when somebody had some stuff on a camera. A lot of it was disposable cameras still there. When I was doing it, obviously, I don't even know if photo things are the place where I work. They don't even have a photo department, I don't believe, anymore. Not a lot of people
I feel
are
like my
printing them.
local Walgreens still has a photo area, but I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no, everything's digital now, huh?
And, you have services out there where you can just go to the website, upload your photos, and
Mhm.
print, and they'll send them, or, they'll do the books, or they'll even do the matte pictures and all that stuff. So I don't think you really have to go and develop them.
Yeah.
But I've seen some stuff, and we had a policy that I don't know exactly the policy. It's been a long time, but it was more or less if there was some nudity, we could print, but if there was sexual acts going on in pictures, we could not print. And the amount of stuff that people would try to do and have printed on digital cameras was pretty interesting stuff. I mean, a lot of them, they're just blurred and this and that. And unfortunately, there was times where people sent some pictures in, and maybe it was kind of that close. Maybe say, I'm just throwing out numbers, say maybe like an 18 and a 16-year-old, or you know what I mean, where something which technically was underage, where we legally had to call cops.
Yeah, to
I
report
personally didn't, but I know of some stories, in town of things having to be done. The wildest thing for me was we actually had to develop crime scene photos for the police department that was contracted. So it could be, hey, this happened, a vehicle accident, or this happened. But there was one time that there was a pretty wild murder in the area, and myself and the manager had to develop some murder photos.
Huh.
Nice.
Okay. Do you know how you obviously do, Matt? But do you know how fucking film is developed, like from a disposable camera to?
I just picture like Ghostbusters, like the back room. We had this. We had this
The
in,
red
like, in
room?
high school. Yeah, in high school, you could just bring back pictures back there and like just put in that the different like trays of different like liquids and just have it dry, and it fucking.
But how does it go from the film to
just the roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
just
we didn't
roll,
have to do. We had a machine, obviously, like a very expensive machine, and there was different papers, and the paper was photosensitive. So we had to either go into a dark room, or we just had these bags, and they were in big canisters. So it was, like a roll of whether it was a 4x6, 5x7, 8x10, different widths, and then the machine could go through and it would cut them. So depending on what you were printing, you put the canister on, but when you had to change it, you had to do it in a bag. So essentially, you couldn't see what you were doing. You had to feel your way, put the paper in, make sure it was there, because if it had any exposure to light, ruined the whole thing. They were very expensive. But all we did is we had the machine. We were able to. They had a mail-in option or on-site, and you more or less took that film, and you were able to put it into a department or an area, and it would just roll it through.
Okay, so
and
it
when
would do
it did,
all. Okay.
Yeah, it more or less scanned the images into a thing, and then we had to go through and actually, add brightness, darkness. We had to go through and make them look better as a service. We didn't just print them as is most of the time. We wanted it to look a little bit better for them, and the customers appreciated it. But
I can't get off this idea. Did you ever run across any nudes of people you knew? I know you live in a relatively small town situation.
I didn't ever develop anything from. I mean, I knew kind of who they were, but no. I mean, I'm going to be honest. There wasn't anybody that was reputable, I guess, and maybe that's the right word, that were bringing nudes into places like that.
Okay.
It was mostly, people that just didn't give a shit, that were just like, I really need these.
I was a dickhead, dude. Like if people left their little disposable cameras around, like in their house, and they left me alone with it for any amount of time, I was taking it to the bathroom and snapping a picture of my dick, and then just not telling them.
There was a lot of those. A lot of those weddings. Weddings, people would bring in a bunch of disposable
I was literally
cameras.
about to say that. I did that at a wedding. I did that with like 5 or 6 cameras at a wedding. That's pretty great.
we'd get, all right, we just got married. Hey, here's 40 disposable cameras. And it's just the stupidest fucking pictures of awkward selfies through a disposable camera. people trying that they think that they're taking a picture of their dick, but it's just black because you're putting
they
a
just shoved
disposable
it in their pants. I learned that.
Yeah.
You got to actually go to the bathroom and drop your pants. There's an art to this. If you're going to be an asshole, there's an art.
That would be
Any
some
ass pics,
social
too?
media. Which one?
Any ass pics? Burley?
There were some of them, but it was mostly like a blurred back or hair or just awkward. Then you get the people that would try to do it through mirrors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna do the mirror to the mirror. It was just that would be a content. It's probably out there, but a social media account. So if you're listening and want an idea of just doing something with disposable cameras, you can still buy them and have them developed, and that could be your content. I recently bought, I forget the name. It's like Snap Cam or Cam Snap or something like that. It's a modernized digital camera.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks exactly, feels exactly like a disposable camera, but it has a card in it. And the only way you get the pictures off it, there's no display or nothing. You get the little bit of a mirror through it. You have flash, you take your pictures. It'll hold 2,000 pictures.
No
and the only way
shit.
that you can do it is you upload it to a computer to see the pictures. And they have a cool vintage look for it. Very affordable, cool look. Like when we go on walks and stuff, me and the kids, we bring this, and we haven't looked at any of the pictures, but you can actually upload and flash different filters to it. So you can have black and white, what they call as vintage or rare, or just their normal one. So right now we're rocking just black and white pictures.
Well, the I don't know if it was. Yeah, it was. It was a Polaroid. They made a little comeback for a little bit. My kid wanted one. I got it for her.
It's still around.
Yep, we have one. We have two of them actually at the house. Expensive to buy that film though, isn't
that's
it?
what I was about to say. My kid used it all up day one. I'm like, I'm not buying any more right now. You know, now it's expensive.
Yep.
You know? So she has pictures of her pillow and the floor and just dumb shit. You know?
Yep.
But I mean, she was 6. I'll give her that. But but yeah, dude, like the retro stuff's coming back. I don't know if y'all still have your old iPods.
I do.
But they resell for quite a bit right now. Yeah, the retro is coming back. It's sad that there's an iPod that it's gonna cost you. It's worse than your phone. It's gonna cost you more than probably what you paid for your phone. But there's this new thing. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Everything cycles, which is wild. You know what I mean? Whether it's clothing, colors. I mean, when I was in school, like in high school, you didn't wear bright colors. You know, you weren't wearing the neon. You were, oh, that's gay. Yeah. And it's just like, now it's like everything bright oranges, bright yellow, you know, construction fluorescent green is cool. And it's like, okay, you know, people are going out and spending a ton of money at thrift stores for, you know, clothes. And that's why you hold on to those toys.
It's funny watching myself with an orange hat, yellow, fucking Aquaman symbol, and then Matt's over here with rocking his Finlay, yellow.
Bright yellow. Little pink, little orange. It's cycles. I'm like, I couldn't wear it then. I'm wearing it now.
Oh yeah, get your ass fucking beat for that.
Yeah, it's and you know, the stuff that we grew up with that is now vintage, like vintage 90s cars. It's like, son of a bitch.
Did y'all have in high school, did you have a freshman fuck up Friday? Nope,
but I want to hear about it.
No, so that was a big thing in my school. Like I was actually a varsity cross country before I started playing football. And I'll never forget it. Like I was walking down senior hall just to make a point because I was one of the best fighters in school. So I wanted to see if anybody would pick a fight with me.
And at what age were you?
I was 12, 13 years old, freshman.
Okay.
And so yeah, I mean, I'll never forget my other classmates running for their fucking lives because the seniors going after them, just fucking whooping their ass, either outside of school, like, or inside the bathroom or something like that. Oh, flashbacks.
Man, if they did that now, those seniors, they'd get arrested.
I know, right?
Crazy. But that was just some stuff, and I think we talked about it on this show or at some point too. Like there was just, I remember going down hallways, you know, the high school as a younger kid, like fucking scared. Like, not that they were going to kick my ass, but you might get shoved in a locker if you were mouthing off. Like, if you deserved it, you were gonna get it, but you didn't have a lot of the problems at the same point, you know? Robot teachers. You heard it there. Go check out last week's episode. You hear all about how
I was about to say, didn't we talk about this?
Yeah. How we solve some issues with some robot teachers.
Dude, I can't find this thing, but it was sick. It looked like an old Sony Walkman tape player. And when you flip it open, like where the tape would normally go, there was a screen in there.
Really?
And it was an MP3 player. But
that they just came out with, or they had,
really,
and they're
it's
coming
relatively new. It's relatively new. It's like it's 4 digits to buy this thing.
back? Wow.
It's crazy. I watched a review on it the other day, but now I can't fucking find it.
Huh.
Like, you press play on the top with the big button and all that stuff. Dude, it's actual, like, you feel the button being pressed and stuff. I don't know. I'll find it, and it's a bummer I can't find it so easy. Maybe, I don't know.
Of course, you know what I mean. The time you want to see it, you're not going to be able to just pull it up. And as soon as we press end recording, it'll pop up on your Instagram algorithm. Here it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So check out the social medias. We'll find it and we'll post it on our story, or we won't.
I feel like it was made by Sony. Like it was actually Walkman on there, you know. But
then it would have either had to been Sony or somebody just rolled. That's what happened is they probably didn't do the research. They sold a bunch of them, cease and desist from Sony.
Yeah,
now you can't find them because they're like, you can't use Walkman.
Oh man, it was so cool looking, dude. Like even the guy was like, "This is incredibly, not convenient, but it's pretty fucking sweet." You know?
Yeah, people with money, and it's a smart thing to do because a lot of the 90s stuff, cycling back, most of us, we're all adults with money and love to spend and on stupid stuff having adult money. So it's brilliant to just go out and say, hey, we're going to do this. Yeah, it's $1,000. It's only worth about 200, but these adults, they're going to spend way too much money on this 90s stuff because they grew up with it.
I was looking up shit that when it first came out, like for instance, the PS2, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, it was year 2000. It was $300. How much do you think that is now?
$300.
PS2.
Yeah.
Brand new or refurbished.
It was brand new, $300 in year 2000. So now
400.
It's $544.13.
Gute wins. I went over.
It costs more than the brand new PS5.
Fuck that.
That's crazy. Like we were paying a lot of money back then. We just didn't. Our heads, we don't understand, how that goes. So we're actually paying less now for shit that. I mean, dude, look up Super Nintendo games when they were brand new.
Yeah,
they were $50 to $60. Now put that in today's money. We were paying a lot of money for fucking bullshit ass games, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's why you didn't have a huge collection. At least we didn't. It was like if we were lucky to have a Sega or any console, it was like you had a game, maybe two, and you played the shit out of it.
And you would beat the fuck out of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny. My son this morning asked me, he was looking at his closet. He has a massive closet. And I have all my old systems, my Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 up there. And like, it's all up there, a lot of games. I don't want to put it in the attic because it's too hot up there.
Yeah.
He's like, Papa, when can we play this game? So I'm like, we'll work on it this summer. So he's all excited.
When was the last time you tried to play an old game?
Ew. I was playing Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo.
He's like, this morning.
Yeah,
no, that was last week. He wanted to see me beat the game, so he was fascinated just watching it. The
like on the old console, or was it like an emulator?
The old console. Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
I did do an emulator thing on my computer a while back, and then I just couldn't. Like, games have come such a long way, dude.
I know
it could not get me in, bro. It could not get me in, dude.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple like side scrollers that are still kind of fun, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one, or you know what I mean. Like those ones are like not bad, but I'm going to be real with you. I barely even I don't have time to play new games, let alone to find an emulator and bust out an old one. Like every once in a while, like we keep updating. Like there's a game me and the wife will actually sit down and play. We'll play some Apex every once in a while. Yeah. We enjoy it. I don't know the last time we've been able to sit down, have a drink, and play some Apex. Like it had been so long. The youngest came up and was like, "Any chance you guys want to play Apex?" We're sitting there. We're like, "Well, it's just the three of us. We actually have nothing going on for the next hour." Yeah. So the youngest is on the Switch playing. We're on our computers. The three of us were just getting distracted. I was like, "We took third. Hell yeah!" It took 40 minutes. It was fun. It was just turn the brain off and play. It's good to do once in a while.
At least you're disciplined to know, like, I only need an hour. I set aside 6-7 hours.
Yeah, I just know I can't.
I can't.
But generally, whenever I do it, it's everybody's in bed. All right. Now to transport myself into the Wild West.
I'm fucking asleep.
Red Dead Redemption fucking will change you. I don't know if y'all ever played that game, but it would change you.
I've actually beaten the game to 100%. I dedicated myself.
Wow.
The last little fucking part was I had to hunt bears up in the way fucking, the mountain. Yeah. I had to like kill 20 bears. I'm like, it's fucking hard. When those motherfuckers go after you, it's not easy.
Did you guys get a cowboy hat or anything to wear while playing?
I've thought about
it.
I've thought about it. Dude,
if I played it, I would.
You get sucked in. And then one of the characters has my real name, and I'm like, oh, yes, they're talking about me.
This was made for me.
Yeah.
My life's never aligned more perfectly.
With the recent NFL draft, I'm actually really excited for the NCAA coming back to the consoles games.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought it already came out, huh?
No, it'll be coming out, I think, July.
I was going to say this summer or whatever for this football season, yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't wasn't the Manning that said like refused to have his name in the game?
Archie Manning? He plays at Texas University.
I don't know. Maybe it's the whole Michael Jordan thing. Remember always having to play player 99 or whatever it was? Because Jordan wouldn't release his shit.
I wonder why he wouldn't.
Not getting paid enough.
He's a billionaire.
Wasn't then, though.
That's his dad's money.
He's in the fucking NASCAR now.
Is he?
You see that?
No.
Yeah, he just won Talladega, his car. Dude, look up his car. It's sick looking. It looks like Jordan's. It's fucking sick. They just won Talladega. It was a big deal. He was actually on the fucking field, like rocking it.
Really? Wow, that is
a field.
Yeah, I mean, there's field. There's what do they call it?
The track.
The track, obviously, but there's
the
inside.
No. It's a gray one. Look at the gray. Look for the gray. There it is. The 45, the gray one.
This one?
Top left.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
That's pretty cool. Old Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is still a thing. I didn't know.
Is that who his driver is?
That's what it says right here.
Yeah.
Kurt Busch.
Yeah, they just won it.
They did a good job.
Reddick pulls off Talladega in the Jordan car.
Pretty. The dude knows how to fucking move his money around.
How tall is this reporter?
She's fucking dude. She's the icebox, dude. She's the fridge.
Who is it?
It's Dana Jacobson.
She's taller than every dude in this, and about 4 foot taller. It looks like over the car. Either that's a weird like illusion, or she's like 6'10".
What?
6'6",
6'5". How do we find her name? How do we find this broad?
I don't know. Well, let's go to the AP News where the picture is. Maybe it'll show there. It's got Jordan, this guy with a beard. Hey, dude with a beard, if you want to rock some Copper Johns, hit us up. We'll throw it on there. Other guy here, Basketball Hall of Famer. Where's the picture of the girl in the video?
Kind of interested in that Jordan watch there at the bottom too. It's pretty sick.
It caught my eye. I love diver watches.
Where was it?
On the original page. We can't see whatever you're doing now.
My bad. I hate when I do that. Do it all the time. It didn't really have any pictures of the other girl. I was expecting. Oh, right here. Okay. There it is. She's so happy. Does it say? It's got to say who's in the picture, right? No. Photo, Mike Stewart.
Well, NASCAR reporter, female.
Oh, look at that rack. Holy shit.
Get to the bottom of this.
A lot of these cars, is this actual NASCAR? Because these designs suck. This 21, like how plain are these, right? And was it just me?
I mean,
these ones?
Yeah, those look like old schoolers.
I like that one though. That looks pretty cool. Look at us. We're a NASCAR podcast.
I wonder if this dude is just tiny, because don't you have to be kind of small to fit in those bastards?
I think her name is Jamie Little.
Racing.
Yeah, it is Jamie Little. Okay.
Yep. Jamie Little, not so little.
Ballers Burley.
Let's see. She's only 5'10".
Fuck off.
Yeah, only 5'10".
Is she standing on the car? How tall is a NASCAR?
Well, okay. Let's see how tall Kurt Busch is.
It's a lot of questions.
Well, it's not. It's Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick is the driver. So I'll look up him.
Let's see if he could be in the Lollipop Guild.
Tyler Reddick is
Kentucky Derby.
He's 28. How tall is this dude? Tyler Reddick
doesn't even have a Wikipedia.
Tyler Reddick doesn't?
I found it. Never mind.
Oh, he's 5'2".
Oh, he's a little tiny fella. Okay.
5'2", 125.
Short King, stand up. Let's go.
From California. 5'2". How tall is a
5'2".
how tall is a NASCAR car?
Now we're just all NASCAR fans now. Let's
Big
go.
fan. Apparently they're 50.4 inches tall.
So 4'2".
4'2". Okay. That's why she looks so tall.
He has to be a little tiny fella. He's not, like you said, the Kentucky Derby rider or whatever they're called, jockeys.
Yeah.
Jockeys. Interesting. I wonder how many NASCAR went from horse racing to NASCAR. Probably zero.
Dude, so Jeff Gordon and all those guys are like, dude, hold on. Earnhardt Jr. doesn't look like a tiny fella.
No, he's like 5'6", 5'7".
He is a tiny fella. Okay.
Is he that short? 5'10" and a half.
Oh man.
6 foot according to the main Google.
Oh, that's what I tell women too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'11" and a half, but we rounded up.
Yeah, his dad, senior, was 6'1". Jeff Gordon, 5'7".
Jimmy Johnson, 5'11".
Okay, so that guy just has an unfortunate height. Okay.
Or maybe it's they put analytics on all the sports. Maybe analytically they're like, we need you to weigh, 25 to 50 pounds less, and we need you to be...
He weighs 125 pounds. Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jesus Christ.
Look at us. We're NASCAR. We just got
Women.
we talked about cowboy hats, Red Dead, and NASCAR. We just got a whole new audience.
Yeah,
Let's try to get Triple T on their fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Beard laws.
What do you
The
think it costs to
average-
get onto a car?
Oh, at least 100,000, 100K at least.
Oh, it's got to be probably a lot. We've talked potentially to professional fishermen to get stuff on boats.
Yeah.
For that, and it was quite a bit of money. So
Jesus
I have to imagine a NASCAR.
Not even a real sport. All right.
NASCAR next gen car weigh 3,200 pounds without the driver and fuel, and 3,400 pounds with a driver and fuel. So apparently there's only 200 pounds of man and fuel in a NASCAR.
200 pounds. So if 1 gallon weighs roughly 8 pounds, let's do the math here. Come on, Mr. Numbers.
I'm just trying to read more. For every 10 pounds below 180 pounds, the car must weigh an additional 10 pounds. So if a driver is between 170 and 179, the car must weigh 3,310 pounds. The total weight of the car is 3,450 pounds, which includes a 200-pound driver and a helmet. If a driver weighs less than 200, they have to add weights in 10-pound increments to ensure all drivers weigh 200.
Oh my God.
They had to put 75 pounds of weight on him.
Well, in 10-pound increments, so they would have had to do 80, or he would have had to lose 5 pounds and put 70.
That's wild, dude.
Isn't
That's
that
crazy. Fuck it. Have you ever seen how much they sweat in those fucking things?
in piss?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're sweating and pissing all over. I don't know if they're pissing if they're sweating that much,
All the
right?
pissing and shitting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, how long? What's the average thing of a race? Probably 3-4
2
hours.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a long time. I went to one NASCAR party, and it seemed like the race was fucking forever.
We used to go to Watkins Glen, the road course, and of course, that's the only NASCAR event I've ever gone because my buddies are super into NASCAR. I was super into partying. Seemed like the best of both worlds.
That was the same thing.
You couldn't see a goddamn thing. You'd watch. You'd party for 4 days. The race would happen, and it was just like zoom, 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 zoom. They all go by, and then you wait like another minute or so, and then it's like, here they come around the corner, zoom, 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 and they're like, yeah, and then you wait, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. I'm sure if you were at an actual race where you see the whole race, it would probably be, but just like, could you imagine watching like a fast break in basketball, and that's all you saw in the entire game?
Yeah, that would blow.
It wasn't a good time, in my opinion.
You were in the stands?
There was stands, and then there was places you could stand in the infield. So like I've watched it there, and we actually one time watched it in a suite, and that was pretty sweet because it was all you could eat, all you could drink. They had the TVs. You were just partying, and it was the last time. It was the Winston Cup or whatever. So we had we knew it was the last one, so we were taking everything, thinking we were going to make all this money selling it, and then we just got drunk and didn't remember to bring most of it. Couldn't remember, and it was just that was cool. But you get there on a Thursday, and you party hard. Like, that's the one thing that I think NASCAR does right is I've heard in Talladega and a lot of those bigger races, like the party is where it's at.
Like most of them are down south, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Where it's hotter.
Yep.
Hey, scientist, if you're listening,
they're not.
Find out the correlation between NASCAR goers and skin cancer.
Ooh.
Because I noticed that a lot of them don't wear shirts and they're just blood red after day one. And they're there for how many days?
4 days.
Or usually Thursday.
Yeah.
If they get there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and leave on a Sunday or potential Monday.
The idea of that scares me. Dude, I burn immediately. I could be sitting in the shade outside and I will be burned. It sucks. I am just a pasty pale bitch.
But if they're ripping their shirt off for an entire NASCAR event, they're probably not wearing a shirt through most of life. They're probably, I'm going to throw this out there, not trying to be stereotypical, probably have an outdoor job, maybe construction, maybe a garbage man. You probably would wear a shirt if you're a garbage man. That's a bad one. But say construction worker, they're probably not wearing a shirt. Mowing lawns, not wearing a shirt.
Down here, white people don't tend to be construction workers.
Fair.
So,
Yeah,
I don't know. But you know where the real money's at. I don't know if y'all have ever looked into this at all. The F1.
Oh,
That's like the bougie fucking.
It's been trending more. I feel like the movies, the Netflix documentaries, stuff like that. It's been trending more and more. I still don't get
because you have people that like celebrities are getting involved in it. I think more movie stars. I mean, even on the Pat McAfee show, they try to work it in because was it? I think Darius Butler, who's on the show a lot. I think he's big into the F1.
Really?
So he tries to bring it up every once in a while, and Pat McAfee and the boys are just like, nobody gives a shit about the F1. Like, come on. And he's just like, I'm telling you. But
those aren't the redneck fans. These are like high-end fans as well.
Like the Kentucky Derby of the horse racing. I mean, you go to most horse races, you're probably getting not even NASCAR fans. What's the league? Isn't there's a division below it, like the minor leagues of it? I don't know what they call it now, but there's like NASCAR. Then it used to be, I think, like Bush Racing, or I don't know.
Bush League. Is that where Bush League comes from?
Must be.
Who knows?
You must be Bush League.
Bush League. You're not even good enough for NASCAR.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
Do you guys know what NASCAR stands for?
Hold on. Let's break this down. Okay. Then never mind.
I could look it up, but I thought it'd be more fun if we just guessed.
Okay, NASCAR. North American.
Oh, okay.
Super.
Awesome. There has to be racing, right?
Super crazy ass racing. Yeah, North American super crazy ass racing. That's it.
The
NASCAR.
National
I think that's
Association
Super
Speedway.
crazy ass racing.
I don't fucking know.
If I had to guess, I was thinking National Association Speed Car American Racing.
Okay.
That
was close.
NASCAR stand for. Oh, okay. NASCAR stands for National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing.
Ah.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I like super crazy ass racing. Pretty sweet.
I like it way more. We're gonna buy the other NASCAR.com.
Yeah.
Interesting. Man, we've talked about NASCAR way too long.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
But
None of our viewers are going to listen to that, but some of the viewers, they actually submit a question every once in a while. So we got some in. We did an Instagram story, had a couple in. We also have a text message. You guys can even call and leave a voicemail, and we'll play the voicemail on the show. 315-605-8350. Text it. Call it.
You gotta do that thing. You gotta do that thing where it's like, dial this number.
Dial this number here.
Right
I'll
there.
probably forget.
Yeah.
But 315-605-8350. There it is. Gute's doing the thing with his hands. I think he tried to rip Deadpool's head off while he was doing it. Pretty cool. Ned Flanders was like, "What are you doing? Don't be the devil."
I never noticed Ned back there. Hell yeah.
I just saw Ned in the mustache, and I was like, "That is awesome,
my man."
That is pretty sweet."
Devil Ned.
This one was from Jim M. He did put his username as his name. I just can't really say his last name. I'm gonna.
It's the N word.
No, it's an M. Matucci. Matteucci. Matucci.
Matucci.
Way down yonder from Jim Matachucci.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
He has a beard-related question, so I'm going to let you guys answer this. We're going to give, whether it's advice, you have just a random question. We're going to have fun with this. So Jim says, do you think if someone is going for, and in quotes, a big beard goal, i.e. 12-inch and beyond, are maintenance trims essential? Or should they just let it grow and accept the transparency? So being you guys aren't overly into the beard world knowledge and stuff, I want you guys to answer this one. And then I'll give my 2 cents at the end. Good advice, bad advice, or just some advice. How does somebody going for a big beard do maintenance trims? Are they essential, or should you just rock it and let it go?
What do you think, Gute? What do you think?
Like Burley's like, what do you think, bud?
That's a tough question. That's a good question because like I've thought about doing it, just letting it fucking go. But I don't know. It's just that I wouldn't know where to fucking begin, where to take care of it. I mean, if I let it go, I gotta trim at least to keep it. Like, I gotta trim it to not be like a fucking like guy that lives in the woods for all my life. But like, how do you have it go down to keep it going down? That's the biggest question I have. I can use cocoa butter. Yeah, fucking yeah, steamer. Wait,
I said it's a flat iron.
Okay.
A beard brush. They have heated beard brushes and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Here's my thing. As a guy who was not blessed with a great jawline, I am cursed to always have some sort of facial hair, to kind of hide the third and fourth chin. Now, whenever I grow it out, having blonde hair, you don't see a lot of blonde long beards. It starts to look a little bit puby because you can see through it, and it's like wispy. It looks like an Asian beard. You ever seen an Asian beard, like in those Asian movies? Comes out and it's like
wispy.
It's not thick like a red-blooded American beard.
America.
But yeah, so it never looks good on me. But I would imagine if I was going to answer this man, Mr. Machucci's question,
Machucci. Ooh.
You would have to do some. Do beards get split ends? Yeah, so I would imagine you'd have to get rid of the split ends. You're gonna want to cream it up, butter it up, oil it up, condition it. But yeah, it's kind of like, have you ever tried to grow your hair out long?
Kind of. Yeah.
There's always that bullshit phase where nothing ever looks good. Yep. I assume that there's a section of that with your face as well. You know.
That's perfect advice. All right, so I'll give my quick advice. So if you're gonna go for a big beard, do you need trims? I personally think no, because if you continually cut your hair, is it going to grow? No, it's going to stay at the length that you cut it. And there's that huge myth of, well, if I shave it and cut it, it grows in faster. That's bullshit. That is just 100% a myth. That's not how it does. There is going to be some transparency. Not everybody has like a very thick, dense beard, but you notice transparency more with the shirts that you wear. So a lot of times you'll see me wearing the gray. If I was to wear a pure white shirt, towards the end of my beard, it would be very transparent. And people get weirded and, oh, it's transparent. It looks like, I don't give a shit, really, to be honest. Like, I don't grow my beard for anybody else but me. So, like, if you are self-conscious and don't want transparency, then you can find the length where it's still thick and dense and just say, that's what I got. Or just stop giving a shit and grow the beard that you want and wear some darker shirts that, make it pop a little more. But you were right. They do get split ends. That's kind of what causes it. And, yeah, just use good products to prevent them. And I'll trim my split ends. Like, if I have some there, I'll just take a little bit, find some split ends and just trim them. But
trimming yours isn't going to be much. You're not going to notice it as much as the guy who has it just to here, right?
True. Yeah.
So.
Yep. And not everybody can grow the long one. Like I said, sometimes it does get a little transparency and shit like that. So it's like, just have a realistic beard goal. I mean, just like you said, just let it go. And for Gute, when you were saying like, how do I, get it so it doesn't come in here, it sounds dumb, but you actually have to train your hair to flow, because if you don't touch your hair, that's just how it grows. It does take time, but if you use like a good butter or balm, then it gets into the hair and it'll actually eventually go down. Just takes time.
Does yours go straight out too, Gute?
Oh, like if I've grown out, I look like fucking like a wild Wolverine. Like I had my hair like it was all over the fucking place. Like the beard was like there. Like what's wrong with him? Like testing it out, motherfuckers. I'll fucking shave it.
Just trying to do a thing.
But eventually you take the butter or the balm and then just, brush it once or twice a day. Over time, it'll start to lay flat and then the hair because it's always growing, and then the ones that fall out and stuff, the hair that then replaces it and grows down, it'll start growing down instead of out.
Wow.
Kind of like when you get a haircut, like you said, you got the bullshit phase. If you go from, say, one hair and then you want to do a comb over or something totally drastic, it takes time for the hair to know to go the way that you want or grow the way that you want, but eventually it does. And then when you switch your hairstyle again, you're like, God damn it, this looks like shit. Your hair's being trained to grow.
Can you get a cowlick in your facial hair?
If you had a scar or something there, it would grow interesting or wouldn't grow at all, yeah. So it would look...
I have two. I have one here and one here. So, like, doing anything with my hair, it's always going to stick up here, no matter what. So I have to kind of work with it.
Yeah, it's good luck. I just wear a hat because I can't grow hair on the top of my head, but...
Bad genes.
It's fun for him. Hell yeah. Very, very bad genes. But shout out Jim for sending that in. We have one more. Do you think we have time for one more? This is more of a funny one.
Perfect.
I like it.
This is from our friend at 3 Overs Daily, where he does betting. Him in the community, and he just has random people pick 3 overs every single day, and he puts $100 down. Takes just $100 of his own money and puts it down on whatever he sees. He's had dogs pick, like actual dogs, random kids, random people, and $100 a day. But when it hits, he usually gets about $700 or $800. His channel's up about $2,000 or $3,000, so it's working out pretty good, and he's awesome. He asks, "Why do I have hair on my back?" That's what he asks. So I want you guys to have some fun with it. And our friend over at 3 Overs Daily, why do I have hair on my back?
It's got to come from evolutionary, right? It's got to come from he might have a little bit more monkey in him than I do, right? I'm a fairly hairless boy. So
let me ask you this, so where you are, like, do you have a super hairy back? Do a lot of the people that do you and your friends have like super hairy backs? Like, not everybody. I mean, everybody's different, but you're in a warmer area, right?
I have a buddy of mine who has this weird, like, where a chick where their tramp stamp would be. Mm-hmm. He has just a giant ball of fur right there, and then the rest of his back is empty. It's fucking wild.
I'd probably shave that off.
Yeah, I would too.
For me, there's just hair everywhere, so there's no point. Like, if I shave my back and then like there's just hair everywhere.
Nah, dude, I have like barely any hair on my chest. My arms and my legs are incredibly hairy, but my chest and back are smooth like an Asian. It's nice.
Interesting.
How about you, Gute? How hairy are you?
It usually doesn't grow like a monkey per se, but it does grow back there. Like usually I have my wife shave it every about 2 months.
Wait, didn't you say you had your back waxed?
A long time ago.
Was it that bad?
Yeah.
Or was it just a goof?
No, it was fucking horrible. Like I'd rather have fire on my back. Like I did the cupping, the fire to your back type of thing.
Yeah.
Oof.
And I'd rather do that than fucking do the waxing again. That was fucking painful. I had my sisters help me with that. Like they did that, and so they're like, all right, let's do that on your back. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Fuck, that hurt. I'm like, never again. I hadn't finished. I'm like, go ahead and finish. I'll just fucking give me a stick. I'll bite on.
Wait, hold on. So what you're saying is shaving or waxing it doesn't stimulate it to grow more on the back?
It doesn't. It'll grow right back to the way it was, but it's not like super hairy. But it's like splotches. So I'm like, I don't want to go to the beach or go outside, go to the pool with that shit.
Okay, yeah. It's linked to testosterone in men.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a thing, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's like androgens or something like that. Yeah, that's what's kind of responsible for growing, whether you can grow facial hair, back hair, chest hair, whatever. It's just in you. I'm not a scientist. I don't know about it, but it's all linked to genetics, hormones, and testosterone really is why people can grow hair more than others. But a lot of it is just genetics. People are always like, hey, how can I grow a beard like you? Well, is anybody in your family able to grow like super sweet beards? No. Well, it's just not going to happen. Yeah. But now with hair transplants and stuff like that, you're seeing a lot of people being able to grow beards and doing that. Like, that's just a wild thing. I did a video on one of the things, and somebody had the hair transplant. Everybody was like, what the hell is that? And then somebody slid into my DMs and was like, hey, thanks for sharing that. Like, I actually had a hair transplant, and look at the results. And I was like looking at the pictures. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it's a nice, thicker, dense, not like long, but it's a nice beard, and it was all from hair transplants. And I'm like, holy shit.
And it grows?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I've never looked into it, but it's a fascinating thing. Like I've seen videos of it, like people that just couldn't grow a beard, or people that have, switched sexes and stuff like that and want the beards and taking the testosterone and stuff, and they've had the procedure done. And I've seen people do it. When I was in Vegas working with Tyson and them last year, there was a company that had a booth across from us, and their son, it was like these older women that were working it for their son. I forget it was some kind of product, but both of their sons had hair transplants, and like could never tell. Like they were starting to go bald. They're in like my age. They had a hair transplant. Like I could go and get one and have a full head of hair. I'm like, holy shit! What a time to be alive.
Does it bother you that much? Like, I don't understand why it would bother someone so much. It's like a natural thing, right?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like I wear hats and shit all the time either. Like people can make fun of you go bald. It doesn't bother me, but apparently some people it really does.
Dude, the richest man on the planet doesn't even have transplanted hair.
Yeah. I've thought about it, like, because I'm bald too, but like it doesn't grow in this back spot. So I'm like, fuck, I'll just go bald. I mean, I've thought about laughing. Should I get a wig or something like that? I've thought about it. My wife's like, fuck no, fuck you.
I've seen some videos of people putting on wigs online that look pretty damn convincing, bro.
Yeah.
They basically just put a mop on their head and then they go to like cutting and styling. And I'm like, damn. So imagine, I mean, there's some good questions here, boys.
They are.
Do you have to wash your hair when you have a wig?
No, my dad has one, and he takes it off and then he washes it and puts it back on.
So you do have to wash
look like they were glued on.
He does. Like he does tape because my dad does drywall.
Okay.
So he tapes it on, but if he goes somewhere on the weekend, he'll like do something with it. I don't know.
Would you say he floats and tapes it?
Hey.
I think so. Ding
ding ding ding. Yeah, they do. They put something down, like when they're doing movies and scenes and stuff like that. They put something on your head, and then the wig apply. I don't know how it stays. I don't know any of that. But let me ask you this, Gute. Were you always a guy that wore hats all the time?
All my life.
Did your dad as well?
No.
Well, the reason I'm curious is a lot of people that I grew up with, we were hat guys.
Yeah.
We're going fucking bald. A lot of the people that weren't hat guys have a nice set of hair. I wonder if it's something like we're not getting enough sun, almost like if you plant trees and flowers in shaded area, they're not going to grow. I wonder if we just didn't allow enough vitamins and shit to come in our hair, or maybe it's all bullshit and it was 100% genetics anyways.
My dad told me that because you wearing too many fucking hats, you're going to go bald one day. I'm like, fuck you. No, fine.
But did he know? I mean, obviously he didn't wear a lot of hats and he went bald. So it's just genetics, right?
Yeah.
It
didn't matter.
Because I'm the only one, literally the only one of my siblings that has hair still. They said by the time they were 22, it was just coming out in clumps on their pillow when they woke up in the morning. Like they were shaving their heads in their early 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten lucky. It's not the thickest head of hair, but it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude, I mean, I can't imagine going through the whole process. Like, why haven't they figured out like bigger dick surge? Like, I would pay for that. You know?
They do. They have that.
But
there was an episode of Tom Segura and his wife had somebody in, and they are able to do some kind of injections and shit that you can actually go and pick the size, the density, the shape, the length, everything you want. And it depends on how many treatments you get to have a bigger, girthier, longer, whatever you want penis. Like that's what this guy does. He's a doctor. And I don't know if Tom was going. It almost is like, remember hearing horror stories of people that would use spray foam or they did stupid shit with their dicks. Yeah. It's like a modern, actual medical professional way to do something like that, but it's a permanent thing.
I know they have a version of it that it's almost like the Reebok pumps where you pump it up, you know. I know that exists, and that seems like there's no way you're getting anybody to stay in the mood when you're like, hold on.
You know? Maybe that turns some people on.
I've heard on the radio like these commercials like to help people like with their like it's like a treatment for their veins to help it. Like, if say as you get older, your veins deteriorate down there.
Mm-hmm.
So they help that regrow your veins, and you get like either bigger or you last longer. There's more blood flow down there.
Shit, all you had to do was drink water.
I know.
I wouldn't mind a bunch of water hoses going across that thing. That'd be
All right.
sick, bro. Yeah, just vascular.
I'll try to find that. I'll try to find the episode link and send it to you so you can know more about it, or an article or something. They went real in depth. They asked the real questions, and I mean, they even had his wife grab like which size. But then, of course, Tom's like, "What's the biggest dick you've ever had?" And she was like, "I had a big one." And he goes, because they had them all laid out on the table.
Jesus.
And she went to the one and was like grabbing them because they were just like weights, and you just grab the density and all that. And she was just like, "This one," and you could just see his face like, what the fuck? She's like, it was big, it was uncomfortable, but it was.
If somebody came to either one of y'all and were like, bigger penis surgery, full head of hair like Fabio, it's free, just pick one.
Probably going hair.
Y'all are ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know.
I want something that takes a car jack to lift up, dude. I just want to now sit down on it.
Yeah, I just think it'd be like, how awkward would it be if you had that big of a dick and then you were just happened to be in public and something happens, or maybe you took the wrong pill in the morning and next thing you know, you have this huge erection and it's ripping your the incredible bulk.
That's embarrassing, is it? Oh, that's embarrassing, is it? You'd have to bring some brawny towels to keep everybody from drooling on you.
The problem I don't have, I'd imagine it's embarrassing, but
no. With that choice, you have to be a porn star then, right?
Not bad. That's not a bad job.
Or on the circus.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, circus porn star, dude.
I don't think I want to.
Makeup, let's go.
Like the guy with 3 legs and 2 dicks.
Just watch me lean forward like Michael Jackson in that video.
Yikes. Huh. Well, not because it was a Michael Jackson joke, but I looked at the clock for the very first time, and I think we got ourselves an episode. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ending it with dicks. It's proper.
I mean, comes full circle. We started with scripts, dicks, dogs, tricks, and Euban. So, did we call Euban a dick? Maybe, but we love him. But either way, Gute, Burley, I appreciate you guys. Anybody that's still listening for whatever reason, appreciate you as well. We're going to take you out with the Triple T outro that I forgot we had, but I didn't forget this time. I'm going to press the button right about, come back next week.
You're going to make me sing another one.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, we're not going to. We have a new intro that I'm going to clip that and we'll just play it every episode. But, no, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Smell you later. Keep your sticks on the ice. Be good to your wieners.
Welcome to the Triple T Podcast. We dropping knowledge like it's hot, bringing you the real talk from the streets to the block. Jazzy beats rhyme so tight, we'll make your head nod. Triple T crew taking over the game, y'all better applaud. Step into the cypher, feel the vibe, we got the style. Representing hip-hop, going the extra mile. From east coast to west, we break it down the walls. Triple T Podcast, we here to answer the call. Triple T in the house, the call.